The BJP's victory in the Hindi heartland states of Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh is seen as a significant win, with Prime Minister Modi terming it a hat trick. However, historical evidence shows mixed results in translating state victories to national success. Exit polls failed to predict outcomes accurately, and the BJP's success was attributed to increased vote shares by attracting votes from smaller parties. The article suggests the opposition, particularly the Congress, focus on ideological campaigns, finalize seat-sharing arrangements, and broaden alliances for a progressive alternative in the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. The lessons drawn from this defeat will shape future strategies.
The article critiques the United Nations Development Programme's UNDP National Multidimensional Poverty Index (MPI) for India, which shows a significant reduction in poverty from 2015 to 16 to 2019 to 21. The authors argue that the estimates are misleading and ill-informed due to reliance on incomplete data, particularly the National Family Health Survey (ɁNFHs) 4 and 5. They highlight the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on livelihoods and public funding for health and education. The analysis focuses on covariates of MPI, revealing that the reduction in poverty is considerably lower than the official estimate, suggesting an exaggeration of the government's success in fighting deprivation.
Revant Reddy has emerged as the Congress Chief Minister in Telangana, becoming the youngest CM in India's newest state. Reddy, who joined the Congress in 2017 after diverse political affiliations, impressed with his ambition and hard work. His relentless campaign against outgoing CM K. Chandrasekhar Rao contributed to the party's victory. Challenges include managing a diverse Congress leadership, especially accommodating leaders like Mallu Bhatti Vikramarka, a Dalit instrumental in the party's success. With a slim majority, the Congress aims to avoid a one-man show, promising additional welfare schemes. The outcome in Telangana may influence politics in neighboring Andhra Pradesh.
The Goods and Services Tax (GST) in India, now 6.5 years old, has generated nearly 3.4 lakh rupees crore in revenue through October and November. October recorded the second highest monthly collections, and November marked the third highest. The revenues from domestic transactions in November increased by 20%, the highest in 14 months. Despite concerns about GST demand notices and investigations, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman mentioned the GST is transitioning from uncertainty to certainty. As revenues soar due to tighter compliance, the government is urged to reset its ambitions and focus on making GST a genuinely good and simple tax. Clearing pending taxpayer appeals and addressing excluded items are key priorities.
The summit between U.S. President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping achieved a significant outcome by restoring military-to-military communications between the two nuclear states. This step is crucial to prevent miscalculations that could lead to catastrophic consequences. The decision followed the closure of communication channels after Nancy Pelosi's controversial visit to Taiwan in August 2022. Taiwan's status remains a contentious issue, with China aiming for reunification. The article notes the escalating trade dispute, with both nations leveraging their strengths to inflict maximum damage. While challenges persist, there's a subtle shift towards exploring pragmatic avenues for coexistence.
The Lok Sabha Ethics Committee has reportedly recommended the expulsion of Trinamool Congress MP Ɂ known for alleged unethical conduct and breach of privileges, following accusations of her involvement in a cash for query scandal. The Ethics Committee oversees the moral conduct of members and examines complaints against them. While the Constitution doesn't explicitly mention expulsion, the Supreme Court has provided conflicting judgments on the matter. The author suggests setting up fast-track courts for timely trials in such cases, preserving both the dignity of the House and democratic representation.
In her book 韆נכъwed, Why India Lags Behind Its Neighbors, Swati Narayan explores systemic inequalities in India. Narayan's 5-year study across India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Nepal reveals that even poorer neighboring countries outperform certain Indian states in health, education, nutrition, and sanitation. She highlights successful grassroots education initiatives in Bangladesh, such as the Kajoli Early Childhood Education Model, emphasizing play and peer learning. The results show that Bangladeshi children excel in reading compared to their counterparts in Bihar, India, where inequalities persist due to disparities in spending on private schools and tuition.
India's role in the global trade of agricultural products is examined in the context of environmental impact and responsibility. Large areas in India are dedicated to meeting international demand for agricultural products, impacting soil and water resources. Simultaneously, the country's vast consumer market leads to land use beyond its borders to fulfill domestic needs. The article discusses the challenges in international environmental governance and proposes consumption-based accounting as an alternative. This approach attributes environmental and social impact at the point of consumption, urging consumers to take responsibility for the embodied impacts of the products they consume.
Climate change's impact on public health is a focus for the first time at the COP28 UN Climate Summit. Heat stress, lung damage from wildfires, and the spread of disease-carrying mosquitoes are discussed. The World Health Organization predicts that by 2030, malnutrition, malaria, dengue, diarrhea, and heat stress could increase global deaths by 250,000 annually. Mosquitoes carrying diseases like dengue and malaria are expanding into new regions due to warmer temperatures. Cholera cases are rising again, linked to climate-related events affecting clean water access. Diarrhea, a leading cause of death in children under 5, is exacerbated by erratic rainfall. Heat stress is projected to impact millions as temperatures rise.